Good day, Stardust. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Stephanie and I have a passion for crystals. Before we jump into this video, please consider hitting the subscribe button as I'm kickstarting this new YouTube channel and your help would be so greatly appreciated. So, you want to level up from being a crystal enthusiast to becoming a crystal therapist. Awesome! I'm so excited for you. But you may be hesitant on where and how to start. Well, never fear, a crystal pro is here. I'm going to go over from A to Z everything you need to know before you pick a crystal school and some underlining little tips and tricks that you may not be aware of before selecting that perfect crystal course. So let's get into it. First, discover what your intentions are. I know this may be really simple, but understanding where you're coming from, being introspective and being honest with yourself is really going to help discover which crystal therapy school is going to be best for you. So very simple. Start a spiritual journal or open a Word document on the computer and start writing out your intentions. For example, why do I want to learn crystal therapy? What it is about crystals that I enjoy or not enjoy? What are some spiritual philosophies that I want to learn? Am I more focused on energy medicine or chakra work, or is it something more on a spiritual side? Like, for example, I want to work with crystals so I can better communicate with my spirit guides, or I want to use crystals because I want to develop my psychic abilities, or I want to use crystals because I want to heal myself and heal others, or all of the above. Whatever it is, write it out. Crystal therapy is not a one-size-fits-all kind of program. When you're looking for a crystal therapy school, it comes from a mixed bag of different types of cultures, spiritual philosophy backgrounds, different types of teachers, and they all have a different type of spiritual modality and I guess their own personal energetic signature and interest when developing a crystal therapy program and training, because it's not a set discipline like, for example, massage therapy, acupuncture, or Chinese medicine. Crystal therapy is going to be customized and tailored according to the author, the teacher, the one that's going to present the training program or the workshop or the course. So when you write this out, it's so important because we have to reflect first on what are our values, what are our intentions, what are our dreams and our goals and our focus to really understand the self, so we can look out into the world and find that perfect match. So again, just sit back, relax, put some soft music or drink some tea and just start writing out why you want to learn crystal therapy. And just keep a few things in mind. For example, what are your financial means? Like, do you need to budget before you invest in a crystal therapy school? Because it is a financial investment. So be honest with yourself. What are my financial limits to investing in crystal therapy? As well as, do I have enough commitment and time flexibility to learn this? So what is my lifestyle or my life obligations are like? Do I have certain obligations with family or with my children or with my full-time job or part-time job? Write everything out that might influence the impact of learning this discipline, and really be honest if you're willing to take the time to learn it as a real study and not just a hobby. There are a lot of crystal therapy courses that are more streamlined for just like a hobby or an enthusiast, but there are crystal therapy schools that are training programs. They're usually 6 to 12 month programs of intense learning, quizzes and exams. and assessments, and it does take a lot of time and scheduling and commitment to learning that type of process. I went through a crystal therapy program that was inclusive for 12 months with a extremely high, heavy load of study. So I will be sharing with you, my experience. But by writing everything out, you're really going to discover what it is that you're trying to accomplish and learn, and then we can match that best with the crystal therapy school or teacher. Thirdly, and I already mentioned this before, is what type of crystal therapy school are you looking for? How far down the crystal therapy rabbit hole do you want to go? Is it a hobby for you? Is it something you want to do part-time? Is it something that you want to migrate to be full-time? And really take the time to write out if you want to become a crystal therapist, practitioner, that you want to have the certification, and with that you want to invest in that, and as well as insurance and opening your own business. Like, where do you want to go? Or are you still on the fence, so you just want to learn, crystal therapy as a beginner's course, just for personal use, for the self, or for friends and family? So really try to, uncover which level of profession you want to do this with crystal therapy. Is this just a hobby? Is this just an interest? Is this just like a 1 or 2 night course that you want to get? Or is this like a career? So really, do some introspection, do some light meditation, get comfortable with yourself and really be honest on what it is that you want to accomplish. Because again, there's so many different avenues when it comes to crystal therapy online that it's so good to write out and know ahead of time, these are my goals, this is who I want to become, and this is what I want to learn. So then you can match it online right away. Fourth thing to consider, really take the time to research, understand, and shop around on what makes a crystal therapy school legitimate, professional, qualified, has good reviews, a good reputation, that's certified, that has insurance, that's well known. These are things you have to look into. And I know that, when you're starting out, it can get kind of confusing. That's why I wanted to do this video, to kind of show you a bit of the process of what to look for. When you're looking for a crystal therapy school, make sure that you look at what associations they're part of. And most of the time, they're going to be part of associations that are geared in their country. So if it's a US school, they're going to have different associations under them. Or if it's something in Europe, it's going to be European or Canadian. Now, the part that gets confusing is understanding the difference between a certified crystal therapy school and the associations underneath that. And the associations underneath that are either going to be based on insurance, or they're going to be based on associations from a particular group or modality. Like, for example, a spiritual modality, or if it's a holistic group. Not all associations are going to recognize crystal therapy. And not all associations are going to recognize all the different schools. But more often than not, when you choose a crystal therapy school, they're going to have all of their affiliates tagged to them. And if they don't have any affiliates tagged to them, that's a bit of a red flag. So keep that in mind. But it could also be that they're new and just breaking out. So you want to look at reviews underneath that. I'm going to show a few illustrations of some schools that have different types of associations linked with them. You can see one here with all of these different types of certifications underneath. And then, of course, always research what these associations are, if they're not just made up, if they're actually websites online. And you really have to dig deep and do your own research, because it goes all over the place. spiritual modalities as a study and discipline is not regulated under an educational traditional branch. It's all subcategories. It's all man-made associations and man-made curriculums. It's not based on the old systematic systems of learning. So, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just you have to be careful about just getting a crystal therapy course in a learning website, and it teaches you a couple of things, but it doesn't give you any type of certification. There are certification processes, meaning that they're withheld by associations, and the associations are like groups of people within countries or international that want to make this legitimate, legalized, and upholding a high quality of learning and study and membership. And it does exist, and it is out there. You just have to really dig deep and really look. Fifth is understanding what crystal therapy actually consists of. Crystal healing or crystal therapy is the practice of using crystals therapeutically, either on people or animals, to bring about healing and to enhance wellness, also known as gemstone therapy. It is a holistic, non-invasive, vibrational energy-based system of healing. The metaphysical principle behind crystal healing is that the energy of the crystal can assist in healing the mind, body, and soul and environment, and bring it back into harmony, restoring the body's natural rhythm and equilibrium. Therefore, each type of crystal will have a unique energetic signature, which can interact with the body's electromagnetic field, or etheric field, in spiritual terms. The spiritual theory behind crystal healing is that since everything is made up of energy, it vibrates at a certain frequency, and in humans, that usually fluctuates from high or low depending on mood or health condition. And crystals always vibrate at the same consistent frequency, which can help manipulate, re-energize, or balance these energies within the human energetic field. All right, so now we're on number 6. Another thing to consider is that crystal therapy will get mixed up with all kinds of spiritual belief systems. There are some crystal therapy schools that are going to mix different types of spiritual cultural backgrounds. For example, some may go more the shamanic, Aboriginal spiritual philosophy route. Some may go a bit more in the esoteric with Hermetic philosophies. There are some crystal therapy schools that are more into, connecting with angels and spirit guides. There are all kinds of different types of disciplines. So you just have to choose one that best matches what you're interested in. So this is why I asked you at the beginning to first write out what your intentions are when learning crystal therapy and what your spiritual belief systems are and what your areas of interest and focus, because you really have to look at the curriculum of the crystal therapy school and what they're teaching. Because yes, they're going to teach you crystal therapy in regards to what is crystal therapy, how to use crystals and gemstones on the human body, and then they're going to go into fun stuff like crystal grids, crystal elixirs, and crystal combinations. But they're going to mix that with a spiritual philosophy. I have yet to see a crystal therapy school that solely is on a scientific, non-spiritual modality background, because there's an element of spiritualism that's involved, because we're dealing with the energetic system. So we're dealing with chakras, with the aura, with the energetic system, and with the philosophy of energy medicine. You really have to take that into consideration, because you have to match who you are on your spiritual path with the right type of spiritual school to match. Okay, so number 7, I want to talk a little bit about associations. and how crystal therapy schools are formed. So when someone wants to open a school, a discipline, like an actual training program, depending on which country they're from, they're going to have to follow the rules and guidelines of that particular country. And what it consists is that whatever educational system there is in the holistic or spiritual association that already exists in that country, they're going to apply to, have a licensed school, licensed training program. So there's some kind of licensing that has to be implemented. So whatever crystal therapy school you go, see what kind of license they have, and it's going to depend on which country they're developing it from. And then you want to see, like I mentioned, which associations are tied to them. And what's important is to look into insurance. So there's business insurance, there's personal liability insurance, like student insurance, working as an energetic practitioner or holistic practitioner. And again, the names are going to vary from country to country, but what that means is that the insurance association is going to help cover the student or the practitioner or the institution when you're practicing with clients. So this is when you're getting to the practitioner level. You have to make sure that the school that you choose has some kind of liability insurance and business insurance for their students. That is very imperative. I know that my school that I chose does have that. Although they're based in Australia, so they're kind of like more on the Australian side, and I'm in Canada, so I try to translate but I can be part of that. So as a student, when you enroll in a training program, it doesn't really matter which country you're from. Most likely, not all the time, but most likely you will be able to apply to that association for liability insurance, student insurance, business insurance, if you so choose for that. Now, when it comes to associations, now I'm in Canada and I was researching if there were any associations that were for crystal therapists. And to my knowledge to this date, and please leave a comment below if I'm incorrect or if you know, there is no crystal therapy association that recognizes crystal therapists within Canada. There is the Natural Health Practitioners of Canada, and I'll put every website link in the description box below. So for example, the Natural Health Practitioners of Canada is an association that's a group of members under holistic medicine, mostly geared towards massage therapy. I'm not 100% sure if I were to apply to that association as a crystal therapist, if I could be part of that under the Natural Health Practitioners Association of Canada. So that's the thing. Most associations are not going to recognize crystal therapists. They're going to recognize systematic disciplines like massage therapy and aromatherapist and Chinese medicine and herbalist and holistic practitioners. So, because that's under an educational system that's governed by the educational board of your specific country. So I just wanted to, let you be aware of this. When you're looking online for different types of associations, you may find an association that is going to recognize crystal therapy. And the benefit of applying to these associations is to become a member, to be part of a community, and most likely you can post your profile and get free advertising through their association. And the fees are going to be yearly fees, and it's going to vary from country to country. Again, each association is a group of people that want to practice or have a focus on a specific discipline, and they want to help promote that specific modality by creating a website, a community, resources, links, references, and to uphold standards. Crystal therapy is not clear. It's very, very, very muddy. When I went through the process of becoming a Reiki practitioner, it was a little bit more streamlined, a little bit more clear. There are well-recognized Reiki associations online and that you can apply for. And then when you apply for them, again, like I said, you pay a yearly fee. You're part of their association. You get to go on their message board. You get to advertise, and you get you can be part of their community, their workshops, their programs, and whatnot. And again, there's a yearly fee. That's a little bit more streamlined. It's the same thing with perhaps a holistic discipline, but a crystal therapist, like just a crystal therapist, it just doesn't exist thus far. So when you choose your crystal therapy school, you have to dig deep, or you have to ask the teacher, what associations are you with? But they must have some kind of educational online training certification. That's very important, because if they don't have that, that means that they are a teacher and they're just providing you with a course or workshop, which is fine. But there's a difference between, I'm taking some courses and some workshops, then going through it and then getting like, I'm a crystal therapist. No, you're not, by taking 2 or 3 courses on an educational website. It's different when you're taking a training program that's in depth and you're actually getting a certification that is recognized by some kind of training education system online. I hope that made sense. Always look at reviews on YouTube, reviews online, and you can kind of see which teachers have built a reputation. They have a large following, they have a Facebook group, they have a website, a shop, and a training program. So you can see their authentic and professionalism in their work. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it kind of clarified a few things. So if you're looking for a crystal therapy school and you wanted me to give you the answer, I will give you my top 3 crystal therapy schools that I researched and that I think are legitimate online if you're interested. The first one is going to be, of course, the one that I went to at Evolve Healing Institute. I'll leave the link below. The second one is with 𝗂𝗵𝗎. She's well known on YouTube and online with her crystal therapy program, as well as the Love and Light Crystal Therapy School. Those 3 have a very, and I believe 𝗂𝗵𝗎 is in the United States, as well as the Love and Light School, and the Evolve Healing Institute School is based in Australia. And I'm sure but those are the 3 that, I was very close to going to those other 2, but it was the transpersonal psychology that piqued my interest, and the reason why I went with Evolve Healing Institute, and I don't regret it. Her curriculum keeps surprising me, and she has many types of different training programs that I'm excited and enthusiastic to learn in the future. It was worth my investment. So please leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts. Why do you want to become a crystal therapist? What crystal therapy schools have you been to or that you've found? I would really love to know, your experience and your background and your knowledge, and to share with everyone here. So if you resonate with my vibe, please subscribe. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers here on my YouTube channel because I'm starting from ground zero, and I would really love to become part of the YouTube partnership program. So that's why I would like to get 1,000 subscribers so I can apply for that and just improve in the quality and the content of my videos, because I am here for you, dear viewer. I am dedicated to crystal therapy and to sharing with you my energetic medicine techniques and modalities, and my metaphysical interest as well. So please help me out if you're so inclined to. Thank you so much for joining me today. I so very much appreciate it. And remember, dear Stardust, everything you're searching for is already within you. I wish you good night and sweet dreams. Until next time, planet people.